Okay, now we'll check out the uh, right side, and here we'll add previous blocks. Let's set the color somewhere on gray color. Maybe 666 would do it. Yes, press OK, and enter. And we set the blocks. I want to change the first letters to caps so that it's quite noticeable, and we'll select the box and we'll give it a drop shadow. Reduce the, as you can see, the angles of shadow of Twitter and the arrows. We want to keep the shadows in the same angle as they are, so just reduce the opacity and distance. Let's just hold this. Make sure it's not hard shadow, as I told you earlier. The simple shadows would do it, and press OK, and that's pretty good. Now let's see. Change the font to Arial, because when you convert to HTML, we don't need everything to be the stylus font. We have to cut as an image for that. For making it easier to convert to HTML, we'll just use the Arial font, and we'll add some list of blocks. Just like it. Okay. To duplicate this list, just select the layer and Ctrl J and shift down arrow to move it to 10 pixels. And again, just repeat that. As you can see, when we are presenting the web design to a client, we don't want to be same. Just mix it up a little bit. Now we'll add the list icon using the circle. It's actually quite easy when we do CSS, making this list. There's a CSS property called list image, so we can add that small circle in that. And make sure that you give the alignments, get just evenly space out left and right space of the list text. That's pretty okay. And add some highlight, light gray. Yeah, it looks pretty okay. We'll just duplicate it, Ctrl J and shift down arrow. And we'll just make sure the layer is selected. We'll cut the extra space. Just select it again using the rectangle selection box and shift up arrow to set it where it should be. Well, now we'll add more content, like quote of week. The point of making the dummy content is it helps actually designer as well as client to see how the site looks like if the real content is put. So it's very important to design the content. Just increase the quote. So as I was saying that the designing content is more important than designing for the sake of designing it. Just concentrate on designing the content. Just rotate it. Now we'll add some calendar. Most of the blogs has calendar, as you would see in the WordPress blogs. So we'll make a calendar. Just copy it. Okay. And we'll bring down the layer behind the advertising space and bring down this box of advertising, and we'll add some, and see the rulers. You can open rulers by clicking Control semicolon and hide it, same as that. Now we'll just give the color how it goes. Well, the color looks pretty okay, and we'll set the previous blocks the same color. The consistency is quite important. Make sure that you're using the same colors throughout the site. And this is the calendar. Just move it down. And we can actually, you see that 14 to 22 is quite not aligned. So we'll use the horizontal kerning from the character box. Just increase it to 40, and we don't want to change that 21 to 31 because it varies month after month. And we'll set okay. We'll add some more content, dates of blog posting. Actually, this calendar is used for making highlight of when she has posted her blogs. Just reduce the font size and keep it, and evenly space out the gaps. And we of course we want to add the month name as well with the calendar, so we'll set it as July. Well, the green color looks pretty good, but we want to make consistent with the site, so we'll add a same green color. And this will add some highlighting to the dates which she has posted. Just reduce the opacity and also set it, just copy it. We'll get these things. It looks pretty okay now, and we'll just make it dark color. Obviously it doesn't look that great, but still we'll give it a black color. We'll change it later on. The designing is a process actually. You have to revise it again and again. What it looks good now, maybe after a few changes you have to change the complete thing. So just don't let up saying that that's good enough and keep it like that itself. We don't want that. Now we'll just make a footer. Just copy it and select using the M tool and tool, and put it on the right hand side. Now to copy it evenly like this, just Control Alt right arrow would copy that grade, that tile like copying. Control Alt Shift right arrow will give you 10 pixels of that kind of even copying. Now we'll just take the alignments. Okay, I will do the same thing. Control Alt Shift left arrow. So we'll just get the fill pretty quickly, including the drop shadows. Now let's see, we can add some background effects to the web page. Just merge both layers to same color, and we'll select the background layer, add noise. Of course we don't want to bump it this much, but small noise would be fine. This is don't get saying that it's quite tough making you have to call image, but in CSS it's very easy to tile the small the noise patterns. You can easily tile the noise patterns. And now we'll give some white color to the text backgrounds. And again, we want to check the alignments. As you can see in the up, there is age 19. We want age 19 ambition. We want to set the same alignment throughout the web page. So as you go down, we want to keep the alignments, and this is very important. Always, it takes half an hour for designing, and it takes another 1 hour to get the alignments right. So make sure that your alignments is pretty good. Now we'll just delete these circles. It looks pretty bad actually, so just delete it. And the color, some light gray would be fine. Not that much. Just reduce the gray. Gray is quite safe color in web actually, and it goes along with any color. Gray and orange are great combinations.